Listen, Linda. Okay, listen. Going on dates is expensive as FUCK. Like, 3 exclamation points, bold, underlined. Like, what? First of all, I am a working class soul. Okay? Like, I have a family, I have other responsibilities. And then when you try to throw in dating, like, what? And then, like I said, I just feel like romantic love is energetically draining. And then it's mentally draining. I'm exhausted. I'm not getting sleep. I'm not eating right. It just impacts me on a whole nother level. And I realize love has always done that to me. It takes so much. And it hurts so much when things aren't working right or going, how you expected them to go, or you're not showing up the way they need you to show up, or you're not behaving, or you're not. I just always feel like, all right, so I'm the common denominator, so I'm going to move my ass out of that, and I'm going to focus on what I need to do for me so I can be better for myself, and shit, hopefully through that I can find or meet better opportunities in the romantic love department. And I'm not going to say better, because I do feel like I meet people that are good people, but I'm not good for them. Like, there's the compatibility part, like, and I think that's another thing. Like, I'm realizing that more and more. Like, you got to have compatibility. It can't just be these surface level, materialistic, superficial things. You got to have more than that, you feel me? And what I mean by that is, like, you might meet somebody and they're attractive physically, sexually, but then when you really get to know them, you start seeing, like, oh, they have these thoughts. Oh shit, maybe we didn't need to talk, but for some reason we'll keep trying to go along with it, knowing that we're not compatible. And it ain't just that. It could be any and everything. And if I'm not compatible, leave me alone. And I also need to leave you alone, right? So that's why I'm like, let me work on me, Let me work on my own boundaries. Let me work on my own self-esteem. Let me work on my own accountability, discipline. And then, too, I have other things that I want to focus on. Like, it is what it is. I do, like... I was so excited, like, how quick I got that certification when I just decided, like, oh, I don't have time for that. I'm just going to focus on this right now. And it made me think about how I was when I was in college. Like, mind you, and I'm not saying this because it's a good thing, because it was bad, and I still need to work on it. But, when I look back at college or graduate school, I was a functioning alcoholic. And it was really weird, because it was like I would drink, and then I would literally go to the bar with my laptop or with one of my numerous journals that I was reading, or like an iPad, and literally sit there with a notepad taking notes for my paper, and then or write my whole paper. Like, I literally wrote my thesis basically between the bar, riverfront, and the library. Like, bar, riverfront, library, bar, riverfront, library, bar. And mind you, I wrote it in a month, because I had spent the whole semester previously, that whole summer, and then that whole previous semester, getting all of my sources and articles and journals and books and music clips and notes. So I already knew what I was talking about, and I already had my drafts. So I just sat there and edit, turn it back into my advisor, edit, turn it back to my, like, that's all I did, right? But I would be sitting there drinking, like, and at the time I was a Jack and Coke, 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 beer, 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 shot, 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 and it would just be weird. But I was so focused still on my schooling, so like I was lit, but then I was very like lit. It was weird, which is I still am that way. I just have I've reduced the drinking significantly, but then I've also picked up the drinking from because like not on that level of undergrad, but it's definitely increased from what it was last year and what it was definitely in 2020, 2021 when I was barely drinking because I wasn't depressed, I wasn't stressed out, and I'm not saying that to justify it or excuse it. I recognize that that's like one of the bad coping mechanisms that I have. And I realized how bad my drinking was again too, because my papa passed, and that's when I just kind of went into like this. I mean, I would drink 40s of Budweiser, like 2 in a night in one sitting with a bag of Doritos. I paid dearly for that, like the stomach issues that I have, which I had already had problems my entire life, but like they have gotten, which is why I know like, you know, alcohol and liquor is bad. And alcoholism runs in my family on my grandmother's side. And I never really thought about it, but like, yeah, it does. And I realized, you know, I'm like, okay. And then another special interest that I have that I wasn't putting a lot of energy in is physical fitness. I love working out. I love being physically active. Like, I love being outside, walking, running, jogging, taking my dogs all over the damn place. Like, if you've seen my videos from 2 years ago when I was living in Metro Detroit, I used to walk like everywhere, go running, take Mercy everywhere. Now I have 2 dogs and I'm like, oh my God, I don't take them running and walking as much as I like would like to, and like how I used to do with Mercy. We would go like probably 5 to 10 miles a day because I was also working from home, and then like my lunch break was an hour, so I would just go for a walk or a run. I wake up in the morning, go for a run. After work, go for another run. But I just want to focus on something different, and that's what I'm gonna be doing.